into business that was considered on the floor of the House yesterday, Wednesday, 3rd December 2025. And when business commenced, notice was taken at 14:33 hours that quorum not formed. Madam First Deputy Speaker ordered the bells to be rung, House counted, and quorum having been formed, business commenced, and the House went on to consider urgent matters without notice. The following urgent matters without notice, understanding order 142, were raised.
Yes, indeed. As well, the first one did come from Mr. Stephen Kampyongo Shiwangandu, Member of Parliament, on the subject matter on giving clarity regarding the constitutional amendment process vis-a-vis National Assembly Bill number 7 of 2025. This matter was not admitted.
The second matter was raised by Mr. Minyani Zulu, Nyimba, Member of Parliament, and his subject matter was on Chanda Bridge that had been washed away due to heavy rains, thereby cutting off some wards in Nyimba parliamentary constituency from the central business district. This matter was inadmissible.
The third one did come from Mr. Christopher Kangombe, Kamfisa, Member of Parliament, on the subject matter on whether the Football Association of Zambia had adequate resources to pay the Zambia national football team players as they prepare for the Africa Cup of Nations tournament set for December 2025.
So those were the three urgent matters without notice that were considered yesterday, and thereafter the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation made a statement on the continued denial of visas to members of Parliament despite having diplomatic passports. The statement arose from a directive by Madam Speaker following an urgent matter without notice raised by Mr. Warren Mwambazi, Member of Parliament for Bwana Mkubwa, on Thursday, 17th November 2025. The Minister briefed the House on the circumstances that led to the non-issuance and delay of the Schengen and United Kingdom visas and measures being taken to avoid similar occurrences. The Minister also dismissed the reports alleging that Zambia was imposed with a 60-day travel ban to the United States of America.
Yes, indeed. After that ministerial statement, the House went on to consider the Proper Transfer Tax Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 23 of 2025, which was read a second time and committed to the committee of the whole House. Committee stage is expected to be taken on 10th December 2025.
Thereafter, the Mobile Money Transaction Levy Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 24 of 2025, was read a second time and committed to the committee of the whole House. Committee stage is equally expected to be considered on Wednesday, 10th December 2025.
The Betting Levy, National Assembly Bill number 31 of 2025, was also read the second time, and the committee stage is also expected to be considered on 10th December 2025.
And the Independent Broadcasting Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 27 of 2025, was considered at report stage, and third reading stage is expected to be considered today.
The Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025, was also considered, and third reading is expected to be taken today.
And thereafter, the House did resolve into Committee of Supply for consideration of estimates of revenue and expenditure, including capital and constitutional and statutory expenditure. Notice was taken at 17:02 hours that quorum not formed. Mr. Second Deputy Speaker ordered the bells to be rung, House counted, and quorum having been formed, business resumed.
And thereafter, the House went on to consider Head 01, Office of the President, State House, and 163,469,036 kwacha was agreed to stand part of the estimates.
Head 02, Office of the Vice President, with a total budgetary allocation of 153,298,473 kwacha, was equally agreed to stand part of the estimates.
Head 05, Electoral Commission of Zambia, 1,290,475,439 kwacha was agreed to stand as part of the estimates.
had 06 Civil Service Commission with a total budget allocation of 21,118,851 kwacha was agreed to.
And head 07 Office of the Auditor General, 248,119,696 kwacha was agreed to.
And head 08 Cabinet Office of the President with a total budgetary allocation of 913,851,334 kwacha was agreed to.
Head 09 Teaching Service Commission, Office of the President, 22,868,309 kwacha was agreed to stand as part of the estimates.
And head 19, that's the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, had a total budgetary allocation of 81,430,364 kwacha agreed to.
Head 26, Ministry of Information and Media, a total allocation of 233,876,061 kwacha was agreed to stand as part of the estimates.
And head 27, Public Service Management Division, with a total budgetary allocation of 104,968,875 kwacha was agreed to.
Head 44, Ministry of Labor and Social Security, 97,890,919 kwacha was agreed to stand as part of the estimates.
And it being 1825 hours, progress was reported and leave asked to sit again. The committee is expected to sit again today.
Yes, indeed. After consideration of those heads, we did see the House consider an item of debate, which was a notice of subject for debate, rather, which was moved by Kilovi Member of Parliament, Mr. Mulenga Fove, that the government should address the existence of political intolerance in the country, and this matter lapsed.
Yes, indeed, Joe, and the House did adjourn accordingly at 19:03 hours. We now shift our attention to today's order paper. We do expect some announcements, if there will be any. We also expect the House to consider some urgent matters without notice, if there will be any. We also expect the Minister of Finance and National Planning to render a ministerial statement on Zambia's sovereign credit rating upgrades by Standard & Poor's and Fitch ratings. And we expect 2 bills to be considered at second reading stage and 2 bills to be considered at third reading stage. And of course today we do expect the House to resolve into Committee of Supply for consideration of estimates of revenue and expenditure, including capital, constitutional and statutory expenditure. Just now you can see Madam Speaker's procession making its way to the chamber. We take you to the floor of the House. Keep watching Parliament.
Honorable members of Parliament, Madam Speaker.
And sing of Zambia, proud and free, land of wealth and joy in unity, victors in the struggle for our rights. We want freedom's fight, oh, one, strong and free. Africa is our own motherland, fashioned with and blessed by
providential goodness, has appointed the offices of leaders and parliaments for the welfare of society and the just government of the people. We beseech you to consider with your abundant favor us, your servants, whom you've been pleased to call to the performance of such important responsibilities in this land. Let your blessing descend upon us here in Parliament assembled, and grant that we may, as in your presence, treat and consider all matters that shall come under our deliberation in so just and faithful a manner as to promote your honor and glory, and to advance the peace, prosperity, and welfare of our country and of those whose interests you've committed to our charge. Amen. Amen. Urgent matters without notice. The Honorable Member for Ron.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to raise this urgent matter without notice. And it's directed to the Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security, together with the Minister of Local Government and Rural Development. Madam Speaker, there is a place called Manyumbi Checkpoint on the Great North Road, which has been an inconvenience for those of us who traverse between Lusaka Province and Copperbelt Province, in the sense that the traffic jam that is there sometimes has been so much of an inconvenience where you are meant to spend 30 minutes just in a traffic jam. Madam Speaker, I would want to find out from the Minister of Home Affairs and the Minister of Local Government why one checkpoint has the following officers: immigration at the same point, Zambia Police Traffic Section, Zambia Police General Duties, and also the council who collects levy for Kabwe Municipal Council. Why are all these people, Madam Speaker, powered at the same place, where the Zambia Police Traffic Section will check the same vehicle, the council will come, write the receipt, the Zambia General Police will also do his inspection? It takes and inconveniences a lot of people, Madam Speaker. Is the Honorable Minister of Local Government, and together with his counterpart, in order to allow such a situation, which actually have been inconveniencing people, and also why only Kabwe Municipal Council, Madam Speaker, is collecting levies from every truck that passes through there, while it's on the Copper Belt, where we have a farming block from Mpongwe, we don't have such levy collection checkpoints on the road. Madam Speaker, we are tired. We need your urgent indulgence. Thank you very much.
Thank you. The Honorable Member Ron, I think that situation has been ongoing for a long time. So for a matter to be considered under urgent matter without notice, like I usually mention, it has to be raised within, it's a matter that has to be raised within 24 hours of its occurrence. But this is an odd problem that has been happening. And then moreover, when you are raising these matters, Honorable Member, you are supposed to be specific, or rather, it's supposed to be one matter. But in your urgent matters, it's like you brought two issues. So because of that, your matter does not qualify under urgent matters without notice. Kindly find another platform. It would be nice to have a question. That's all. We make progress. I have permitted the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning to present a ministerial statement. The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, for granting me this opportunity to update this August House and the nation on the recent sovereign credit rating upgrades issued for Zambia by Standard & Poor's, S&P, and Fitch Ratings. These developments mark a further strengthening of Zambia's international credit standing following the country's comprehensive debt restructuring. Madam Speaker, the purpose of this statement is to inform the House of the sovereign rating upgrade by S&P from selective defaults to CC+ with stable outlook, as well as the sovereign rating upgrade by Fitch Ratings from restricted default to B- with stable outlook. I will also provide historical context of Zambia's sovereign rating over the past decade, explain the implications of the new ratings for the economy, and reaffirm government's commitment to sound macroeconomic management and responsible debt practices. Madam Speaker, to fully appreciate the significance of the upgrade announced this month, it is important to situate them within the broader history of Zambia's credit ratings. Let me start with the period 2011 to 2014. Madam, Zambia obtained its first sovereign credit rating in 2011 from Fitch and the Standard & Poor's, both assigning B+ with a stable outlook. This reflected strong gross domestic product growth, low debt levels, and macroeconomic stability. In 2012, Zambia successfully issued its first Eurobond, supported by these strong ratings. Throughout 2013 to 2014, the ratings remained around B/B+, though with growing concerns over the rising public expenditure and weakening fiscal discipline. The period 2015 to 2018. Madam, between 2015 and 2018, all three major rating agencies, namely Fitch, Standard & Poor's, and Moody's, began downgrading Zambia, citing rapid accumulation of external debt, higher deficits, rising arrears to suppliers and contractors, and pressure on foreign exchange reserves. Consequently, the ratings progressively fell from B+ to B, to B-, and finally CCC, signaling increasing credit risk. 2019 to 2020. This was a period of intensified stress and default. Madam, by 2019, Zambia's ratings had fallen deeply into CCC or CCC, indicating very high credit risk. In 2020, due to the COVID-19 shock and inability to meet Eurobond coupon payments, Zambia defaulted on its external commercial debt, becoming the first country to do so during the pandemic. As a consequence, S&P downgraded Zambia to SD or selective default, while Fitch downgraded Zambia to RD or restricted default. Moody's downgraded to CA, the second lowest long-term credit rating on the Moody's scale. 2021 to 2023, reforms and the beginning of stabilization. Between 2021 and 2023, Zambia re-engaged the IMF and embarked on a homegrown reform program culminating in the approval of the IMF Extended Credit Facility in August 2022. Those still in default categories, rating agencies began issuing positive and stable outlooks, reflecting confidence in Zambia's reform trajectory and debt negotiations. 2024, Madam Speaker. By June 2024, Zambia successfully concluded negotiations with the Eurobond holders, restructuring $3.8 billion in Eurobonds. This was after reaching agreement with official creditors, and to date, a total of $12.7 billion out of the eligible $13.5 billion, translating to 94%, has been restructured. These milestones have prompted rating agencies to signal imminent upgrades once the country exited default status. Restoration of creditworthiness, recent upgrades. 2 weeks ago, Madam Speaker, following comprehensive debt restructuring, S&P upgraded Zambia from SD to CC+ with stable outlook. Shortly thereafter, last Friday, Fitch also upgraded Zambia from RD to B- with stable outlook. For the first time, Madam Speaker, since 2019, Zambia's sovereign rating are back in the B category, signaling substantial improvement in the nation's creditworthiness. Madam, this journey from B+ in 2011, down to default in 2020, and now steadily climbing back to B- in 2025, illustrates both the severity of the challenges we faced and the depth of commitment required to restore macroeconomic stability. Let me now address myself to the sovereign credit rating upgrade by Standard & Poor's. On 21st November 2025, S&P Global Rating upgraded Zambia's sovereign credit rating from SD to CC+, long-term, and C, short-term, and outlook stable. S&P cited successful progress in debt restructuring, improving fiscal consolidation, more stable macroeconomic conditions, and greater clarity on Zambia's medium-term growth prospects. This marks Zambia's formal exit from default status in S&P's assessment. And then on Fitch, on 28th November 2025, Fitch Ratings upgraded Zambia's long-term foreign currency issuer default rating from RD, or restricted default, to B- with stable outlook. This upgrade is particularly significant because it places Zambia on a full rating category above S&P's CC+. It acknowledges the normalization of relationship with commercial creditors. It recognizes improved debt sustainability and signals strong confidence in Zambia's fiscal and structural reforms. The implication of the upgrade, Madam Speaker, these sovereign credit rating upgrades carry far-reaching implications for our economy, our international standing, and the welfare of our people. Firstly, Madam Speaker, the upgrades formally confirm Zambia's exit from a state of default with the two major global rating agencies. This is significant restoration of credibility It signals to the world that Zambia is once again a country that meets its obligation and manages its finances responsibly. Secondly, the upgrade reinforces investor confidence. When rating agencies recognize Zambia as a more creditworthy destination, it reassures both domestic and international investors that our economic and governance fundamentals are strengthening. Increased confidence translates into higher investment flows and expanded business activities, and ultimately more jobs for our citizens. Thirdly, these upgrades gradually improve Zambia's access to financing and international markets. While we do not intend to return to unsustainable commercial borrowing, a higher credit rating lowers the risk premiums on the country, improves perceptions of Zambia's debt sustainability, and over time allows government and private sector to secure financing at more affordable terms. Fourth, these rating actions serve as an independent validation. These rating actions serve an independent validation of government's reform agenda. They confirm that the difficult but necessary fiscal and structural reforms we undertook, many of which have required sacrifice, are yielding tangible results. This credibility strengthens Zambia's hand in discussions with working partners and credit institutions. Madam Speaker, I wish to highlight the positive effects of debt restructuring. A successful debt restructuring agreement demonstrates dedication to our economic reforms and the responsible fiscal management, thereby enhancing trust as a lower-risk investment choice. This heightened trust draws in foreign direct investment and portfolio investment, resulting in influx of foreign currency. The financial room created by the debt relief permits government to invest in infrastructure and other developmental programs. A more secure economic landscape following restructuring also motivates foreign investors to put their money into diverse sectors such as mining, agriculture, manufacturing, just to mention a few. Madam Speaker, increased foreign currency from these investments enables the country to build up foreign exchange reserves, thereby improving the country's capacity to withstand external economic shocks and further supply exchange rate stability. I may add, Madam Speaker, that as we sit right now, Zambia's foreign currency reserves are highest ever attained at $5.2 billion US. Finally, Madam Speaker, the upgrades create a foundation for sustainable growth. They reinforce the importance of maintaining prudent fiscal management, completing negotiations with remaining creditors, and protecting social sector spending while enhancing revenue mobilization and ensuring that we never again slide into debt stress. Madam Speaker, while the road ahead remains long, these developments demonstrate clearly that Zambia is moving in the right direction. The international community has taken notice. Investor confidence is returning, and the fundamentals for long-term prosperity are being rebuilt. As I conclude, allow me to highlight the significance of the moment before us. For the first time in more than 5 years, Zambia's sovereign credit ratings have begun to climb back to the B category. The recent upgrades by Standard & Poor's and Fitch are not simply technical adjustments, they are a clear affirmation by the international community that Zambia has restored discipline rebuilt confidence, and regained its place as a credible participant in the international global markets. These positive assessments are a direct result of the collective efforts of the New Dawn government. This House and the Zambian people who have shown patience, resilience, and commitment during a difficult period of economic reform. These investments have made in sound fiscal management and debt sustainability, and the structural reforms are now bearing fruit. These upgrades are not a destination, just to be clear. They are a foundation. They give us momentum, and they signal that if we stay the course, if we continue to guard public resources diligently, implement reforms faithfully, and place the welfare of our citizens at the center of policy, Zambia's credit rating will continue to strengthen. I wish to thank the House for this continued support and assure the nation that government will maintain the reforms and discipline that have brought us to this point of renewed confidence and optimism. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Honorable members are now free to ask questions on points of clarification on the ministerial statement presented by the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning. All the honorable members. The Honorable Member for Momba.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much. Honorable Minister, it will be folly for me not to commend you, government, for the work that we have been doing in the last 4 years. Madam Speaker, these milestones are great, and you need commendation for the hard work and the commitment to our people of Zambia. Now, I was seated here, Honorable Minister, when you were highlighting all these benefits, and I started thinking of my grandmother in the village, and also, Honorable Minister, your constituency is purely rural like mine. In simple terms, Honorable Minister, are you able again just to explain to our common people, those ordinary people in the rural areas, the benefits which are coming out of this great milestone? Honorable Minister, just in simple terms, just explaining what this means. Madam Speaker, thank you very much.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the benefits are quite obvious. As you recall, Madam Speaker, in spite of the heavy borrowing that took place before, children were not able to go to school free. But now, because of the debt restructuring and people trusting us, now for the first time in many, many years, children can go to school, whether they are poor or rich. Everyone goes to school without segregation. Madam Speaker, for the first time in many years, much development in our constituencies. We are seeing classrooms being constructed. We are seeing teachers being hired. We are seeing children who used to sit on logs of trees now sitting on decent desks. Madam Speaker, we have seen yes. Madam Speaker, retirees used to take years and years without being paid, even though a lot of money was being borrowed. Madam Speaker, the environment that we have now, We see so much of infrastructure projects being undertaken. Lusaka Ndola Road is being done, Ndola Chingola, Ndola Mfulira, and many other parts of the country. This is happening because we created an environment, as I said in the statement, where people can trust that we can put money into this country again. Youth, Madam Speaker, are able to be supported through colleges. So all these positive things that people see in the constituencies, they are happening now because this government demonstrated its seriousness to sanitize public financial management. Without that, this is why we saw that these things before, they were not available. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Member for Matero.
Thank you, Madam Speaker and Minister of Finance. That statement, I listened to it. Very good statement. It sounded the same as you presented it in 2011 when you were the Finance Minister then. Sweet story. Very good. Reserves are highest. Rating has gone up. Inflation is good. Exchange rate is good. Now, that's not what we hear when we listen to the masses. The masses, they are saying everything is bad. There's no power, load shedding, things are expensive. My question, even the people who are constituencies are also telling me the same. My question is, this good, sweet story report you read about the economy of Zambia, was it written in Zambia or written outside Zambia? Who's telling the truth between your report and you as Finance Minister and the UPND government that everything is fine? And while the masses are saying things are not fine, who's telling the truth between you and the masses? I thank you, Madam Speaker.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think those of us who are in this House will remember one of the earliest statements that was made by the PF government was that we don't glorify statistics. Yeah. I think Honorable Mutolo was here. Yeah, we don't glorify statistics because it's meaningless. And as a result of that, Madam Speaker, indeed, they did not pay attention to the national statistics, which was amazing, Madam Speaker, because the national statistics that we talk about, it's like going to a doctor in a hospital, and the doctor, instead of measuring your blood pressure, instead of measuring your sugar, instead of measuring those other vitals, the doctor tells you these are useless things. That's how mistakes were made, because the PF government did not look at the vital statistics. Where is our country headed to? Where is the debt headed to? They ignored that, like a doctor who refuses to measure blood pressure. The end result was the disaster that we experienced. Now, Honorable Member for Matero says there is a different story between what the people are saying and what I'm reading here. I think it depends on who you are. Because if you went to my constituents, for example, and I think many of the rural constituencies, including those in town, if you say to them that this government is not working, they can harm you. They can harm you because they are having teachers in schools that PF. They are now being fed in school, which was not happening. The few times when that happened, quickly money was stolen and the donors stopped it. So it really depends on who you are. But I can assure you that if we go to many of the rural provinces, including those where a number of colleagues from the PF come from, they massively appreciate the efforts of this government in terms of improving their livelihoods. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Member for Chifubu.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Thank you, Honorable Minister of Finance. The upgrade of Zambia's credit rating offers several key benefits to the country, such as restored credibility, lower borrowing costs, increased investment. This clear sovereign risk profile that the country has attained is likely to attract direct foreign investment in key sectors such as mining, agriculture, and energy. Honorable Minister, would you share with this House some of the investment that are likely to come and those that have come, particularly in the energy sector? Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
I thank you, Madam Speaker. Indeed, the positive credit ratings, even before they were announced, people were observing the changes that are taking place in Zambia. It is no wonder therefore, Madam Speaker, it is no wonder therefore, Mr. Speaker, that whereas investors abandoned Mopani Copper Mine, leaving thousands off the streets unemployed, because the investors were watching what is happening, they are back. KCM back. First, which was about to leave, back and expand. Barrick Gold, or Barrick, which was almost leaving, is back and expanding. Madam Speaker, you heard so many times before of Kawe Mulungush Textiles being reopened. I don't know how many times this announcement was made. Maybe 2 or 3 times. And it never happened. Now, as we speak, the machines are being installed and production is set to start in the new year. Madam Speaker, whoever imagined that in this country, which was always importing fertilizers, now we are a major exporter of fertilizers. Just to give examples. So indeed, Madam Speaker, as people realize that there's a serious leadership in the country now, they feel confident that they can come and invest their money in their country, fueling the economic growth that we are seeing, the business opportunities that are rising, and the prosperity that this country expects to continue. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Member for Kwacha.
Madam Speaker, thank you so much. And let me start by congratulating you, Honorable Minister of Finance, for ensuring that the country achieves this milestone by making it a point that we reach the sovereign credit rating upgrade. It's a mean achievement, Honorable Minister, especially considering that at the time you took office, the growth rate was negative. Right now, we are posting a positive growth rate. So it's an achievement, Honorable Minister. But may I find out what factors, Honorable Minister, that you employed or instituted in order for the country to attain this historical achievement? Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker, and thank you, Honorable. I think the short answer to this is a credible government led by a credible president, credible cabinet, and a responsible parliament. Because in the absence of such credibility, no one would even note early enough that we had a problem. People pretended that this country is not in a serious debt problem. Advice kept on coming. You have a debt problem, deal with it. People pretended. Why did they pretend? Because they did not want to look at those vital statistics that I talked about. Doctors who cannot have the initiative of measuring blood pressure, sugar, and the other vitals, how then can you tell whether the person is okay or not? Temperature, yes. So in this government, the most important thing was to be truthful, accept that we have a problem, and since we borrowed, don't pretend you have not a problem, don't pretend you don't have a problem, don't borrow and run away, go back to your creditors and talk. The discussions in earnest, honestly, this is what has contributed to these positive things. So in short, credible leadership, that's what makes the difference. Thank you.
The Honorable Member for Zambezi East.
Madam Speaker, thank you very much for the opportunity to ask the Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning this political question. Madam Speaker, I seek your indulgence to give a preamble before I ask the Honorable Minister a question. It appears good people are sometimes not really considered and praised at the right time when good things happen. Madam Speaker, if you recap, you will see that there are several milestones that we have achieved in the past 4 years. For the first time, we're able to employ public servants in big numbers, thousands, more than 30 people becoming teachers in one single year. More than 11,000 people becoming health workers in a single year. And subsequent years, even amidst such problems. Now, those who brought us to where we were in that deep debt have been speaking the loudest to try and condemn situations, taking advantage of maybe weather effects. Now, Madam Speaker, I want to ask the Honorable Minister a political question. Why is it that we have not been singing these good things that we have achieved so often so that Zambians can know that now that they have credible leadership who can achieve such milestones which are so hard to achieve anywhere in this, especially in this world, part of the world? Why is it that we have not sung this song so much? What measures have you put in place to ensure that this song will be sung in such a way that it will irritate even those who put us in this situation? Madam Speaker, thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Point of order, Madam Speaker.
Pardon?
Point of order.
I've already called the Minister. Just to give me a few minutes.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I think Honorable Kambita said something very important. What he says is that there's been debate in this House. There have been aspirations in this House there have been accusations in this House that the UPND government is putting the government into sustainable debt. I think you remember that. The PF colleagues and those outside have been claiming that this government is putting Zambia into unsustainable debt. Here we are now, Madam Speaker. Independent people, independent institutions out there, they have declared that Zambia is making progress, and therefore Zambia's credit rating has been uplifted. These are independent people. These are not UPND cadres. These are independent people. So the question I ask is that those of you who have been saying that this country is now getting into deeper debt, bring your witnesses. Bring your witnesses. Let them come and challenge these stories. Let them come and lay their documents also on the table and say Zambia is getting into debt problems. For us, independent witnesses have clarified very clearly that this country is headed in the right direction. Now, regarding the singing, I think as far as the singing is concerned, we can all stand up and start singing now. So, yes, I'll invite you so that we sing and sing the song very loud. And finally, Madam Speaker, somebody out there says you have employed 30,000 people, but they are not on the payroll. Madam Speaker, during the PF government, there were so many months when civil servants would not be paid. Today, there's never been, since this government came into office, there's never been a time when civil servants have been paid late. They have always been paid on time. Madam Speaker, I think these are the positive effects. And also just to say that during the PF time, I think there were 2 years of wage freeze. 2 years of wage freeze. Civil servants had 0 salary increments. This government, since we came into office, year after year, we've provided increments in public workers. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. The Honorable Minister of Agriculture.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, I stand on this contemporaneous point of order on Honorable Kambita, who is asking us, Madam Speaker, to be singing a song of statistics. Madam Speaker, when the government took power, their statement was, we are not, and I quote, we are not a government that will bask in the empty glory of statistical euphoria. End of quote. Madam Speaker, I can repeat. We are not a party that will bask in the empty glory of statistical euphoria. In simple terms, Madam Speaker, the PF said we don't know inflation. We don't want to talk about the exchange rate. We don't want to talk about reserves. We don't want to talk about GDP. In other words, there's no point of comparison. Honorable Kambita, even if we sing, we are singing to a group of people that will not listen to that language. It's in order to bother the Honorable able Minister of Finance and all of us to be dancing every day and singing to that group which doesn't want to listen to statistical euphoria. Is it in order, Madam Speaker? I seek your very serious ruling, Madam Speaker. Very serious. Especially on Honorable Miles Sampa. I thank you, Madam Speaker.
Can you cite the standing order, Honor?
Its relevance of speech, item clause 71, Madam Speaker, in our documents of guidance to debate. I thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Agriculture, you have adequately debated your point of order. You were debating, actually. So that point of order is not admissible. The Honorable Member for Luena.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Honorable Minister, thank you very much for that highly informative ministerial statement. Madam Speaker, the Honorable Minister has informed the nation that we were a country in the period 2011 to 2021 that had lost credibility internationally, and we had become the subject of examples being cited at international conferences on how not to run a country. Yeah. Madam Speaker, just under 4 years, the situation has been turned around. Honorable Minister of Finance, the people that are synonymous with running the economy of this country aground are regrouping. Under the same name, they manage or mismanage the affairs of this country, or under some alternative formations. Do you have any words to the people of Zambia on how to keep away from trouble, especially as we approach the year of elections? Because those same people will be going to the people telling them that vote for us, so that they come and take us back again to Triple C with negative outlook. Honorable Minister, do you have any words of advice to the people of Zambia? Thank you very much.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning. The Honorable Member from Pika, just wait for your turn. You are the next one on the list.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Indeed, the Honorable Member for Luena is right. Going back to the people put us into problems is like, as I said, going to a doctor with no thermometer, going to a doctor who cannot measure blood pressure, going to a doctor who cannot measure blood sugar. So people of Zambia, don't go to such a doctor, go to a proper doctor. Because indeed, Madam Speaker, if you look at the credit, if you were to put a graph or follow the credit rating in the country, it's very clear that as soon as PF got into office, the credit rating got bad, bad, and bad. And the moment they left office, the credit rating became better, better, and better. So why would anyone want to go to a party, a political grouping that has demonstrated incompetence? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Member from Pika.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker, for this opportunity for me to ask the Honorable Minister of Finance a follow-up question. And Honorable Minister, thank you also for that ministerial statement. Honorable Minister, today our country is experiencing load shedding never experienced before in the history of this country. The prices of essential commodities have not gone down. Infrastructure development, tangible infrastructure development has not been achieved. Our people are suffering. Prices of farming inputs are very high. This is against your own promises of reducing the prices of essential commodities. This is against your promises of ending load shedding. This is against your promises of ending corruption. How can you call yourself as a credible government when you have failed to deliver your own campaign promises? Only credible people.
The honorable member from Pika, you are now debating and pointing that finger. Can you please summarize your question?
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I was asking the Honorable Minister of Finance a question. Tell himself and his government that they are credible people, yet they have failed to deliver their campaign promises, and our people are suffering in load shedding, high essential prices of the commodities, and also, Madam Speaker, high unemployment rate amongst our youth. How can people who are credible fail to deliver on their campaign promises? Madam Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Thank you very much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, if there was ever a party that failed to deliver on its promises, that party was the PF. Because, Madam Speaker, a lot of young people in 2011 were misled into believing that when the PF comes in, there'll be money in their pockets. They were made to believe that there will be money in their pockets. But by the time the PF was leaving, the money was in the pockets of individuals. Otherwise, for the society as a whole was in a terrible situation. That is why even the credit rating went down. Now, Madam Speaker, the honorable member spoke about infrastructure. Who doesn't remember how $110 million was put into Zambia Railways? 120 was put into Zambia Railways. Today, the trains where this money was invested, they still move like chongololos, millipedes, railing everywhere. So is that the infrastructure you can claim that you made? Madam Speaker, this is a government that is doing impressive infrastructure even without excessive borrowing. Madam Speaker, how many high schools that were left by the MMD, including Rivonda, including Shangom, how many high schools were left behind by the PF? The one in my constituency, Rwanda, it was left at about 50%. In 10 years, the PF did not even put one block, concrete block, not even one. All over the country, Madam Speaker, these high schools today are being completed, including Mpika, Kampala Ward. The high school that was left behind by the PF, now it is being constructed. So, Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, the truth of the matter is that there's been massive improvement since this government came into office. Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get the last two. The Honorable Member for Skongo and the Honorable Member for Kamfinsa, in that order.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Allow me to welcome my colleague, Honorable Kasongo, to the House. Madam Speaker, indeed, commendations are in order to the new dawn. Are you Kasongo? Commendations are in order to the new dawn administration through the leadership of President Hakainde Hichilema and his team for a job well done, moving this country out of junk status brought about by the mismanagement of the previous administration. The PF And today we are talking about being in now B minus.
Yeah.
Your Honorable Minister of Finance, the question that I have to you is, are you still going to continue with prudent management of this economy, given what we have achieved now? Thank you so much.
Yeah. Before the minister comes in, there's an indication for a point of order. What is your point of order, the honorable member from Kana?
Madam Speaker, I have been in exile for 30 days, and I have just returned today. And I am seated here, Madam Speaker, following the proceedings, starting from Honorable Mutoro, the Minister of the Minister of Agriculture. Madam Speaker, he writes me a note where he's saying, "Welcome back, Kasongo." Then the Member of Parliament from Sikongo is again referring to me as Kasongo. Madam Speaker, there are only one Kasongo, unless I am the young brother. We all know who Kasongo is in the country. But these, they erroneously want to make me the young brother of the original Kasongo. Are they in order? I've just come back, Madam Speaker. I have not even settled down. Are they in order, Madam Speaker, to refer to me as the young brother of the original Kasongo? I seek your indulgence, Madam Speaker.
Order, honorable members. Order. I think we all know that the person that raised the point of order is always addressed as the honorable member for Nkana. So that is the name that we know. Or when we are in the committees of the whole house, he is Mr. Binwe Mpundu. So those are the names that are officially known in this house. So we don't know about that other name. Maybe it's a new acquired name, but the situation is exactly what I have explained. So, honorable members, if you've got another name, let him bring it officially, otherwise it's Honorable Mpundu. Thank you. So you were out of order. The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning. I don't know if you still remember the question.
Yes, I do, Madam Speaker.
Thank you.
The question was, are we still going to pursue prudent policies in view of what we've attained so far? And the answer is definitely yes, because indeed we've made progress, but there's still a lot that needs to be done. We still need to work very hard to keep on attracting investment into our country so that the young people who are coming out of schools and colleges, those can be absorbed into jobs, just like the way we did, some of us, when we were leaving school. We left secondary school, there were 5 jobs waiting for us. You had to choose one. That position is still possible if we work very hard. And I'm sure, Madam Speaker, with this administration, this is something that we are going to achieve. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
The Honorable Member for Kamfinsa.
Madam Speaker, thank you for allowing me to direct a follow-up question to the Minister of Finance. Minister of Finance, you are aware, and I think that in some of the things that you've responded to, there is one common issue that keeps being raised by most people that have asked you follow-up questions, and this is in relation to the cost of living. Madam Speaker, if today you commissioned a team of parliamentarians to go and sample in most of these unplanned settlements in Zambia, the actual cost of living is still very high, Madam Speaker. If today you ask them, go and do a report for Madam Speaker to confirm, are people affording goods and services? Madam Speaker, the same question will keep coming up. And the reality, Madam Speaker, is that despite the credit rating improving, we still have people who are not able to afford goods and services. Madam Speaker, my follow-up question to the Minister of Finance. Minister, what are you doing about the cost of living for our people? And I want you to direct your response to the specific issue of the cost of living. It's very easy to build infrastructure, Minister. It's easy to build a 1-by-3 classroom block. But the issue is the cost of living. Our people want to afford goods and services. Madam Speaker, that is my follow-up question. Thank you.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, it's not easy to build classrooms. It's not easy to build social infrastructure. This is why there have been so many governments that have existed and they have not done these things. It requires discipline indeed, as Honorable Kambita says, so please don't try to underplay the success of building schools, hiring teachers, making children sit on desks, running water in villages at clinics. These are positive things that should not be underplayed. The issue of high cost of living, I think the Honorable and others want to they want to imply as if the cost of living is a new thing. No, it is not. Okay? The cost of living problem has been there for many years. Because, in fact, inflation now is even lower than before. In the past, it was even much higher. The cost of living has been high for quite some time. The issue is, what do we do about it? There are a number of things that are being done. The first one is to ensure that jobs are created. As a government, we've already provided more than 40,000 jobs in the public service, but there are many more being created in the private sector. Jobs have a relevance in terms of cost of living, because if you have no income, even something costing 5 kwacha, 3 kwacha, it's a big problem for you. So this is why this government keeps on saying job creation, job creation, job creation from both the public and the private sector, because putting somebody in jobs alone provides a big relief in terms that we're selling at 10 kwacha. Now I'm directing you to sell it 4 kwacha. That will not happen. So the alternative way for dealing with the cost of living is to have higher incomes. This means that if I was buying cabbage at 10 kwacha before, and my income was 100, I felt some pain. But if the cabbage still remains at 10 kwacha, but my salary increases to 500, it means that I've solved the cost of living problem. So for salaries to increase, Zambia as a totality, we have to increase productivity so that each person produces more than what they were producing before, because this problem of cost of living, as I said, is not going to be resolved by pushing prices down. Okay, there will be a few that will do that, but the prices in general, don't expect them to go down, but we should work very hard to make sure that productivity increases, salaries increases, wages increases. This is how people all over the world have solved the problem of poverty. Madam Speaker, lastly, I want to say this. There are some individuals who are vulnerable. They are vulnerable maybe because they are aged, maybe they are fiscal disabilities. This is where now you move in with social protection. And this government has done very well on that. We had a very devastating drought. We had a very devastating drought. Just look at the way it was managed. food everywhere. Money, cash for work introduced. Cash for work, everything, and doubled. So these, and of course also even the school feeding. So these are things that you do to take care of those who are vulnerable, to provide them with cushion incomes. So in my view, Madam Speaker, this government, more than any other government, has done more to address the issues of cost of living. Because remember, the drought of 2019, certainly in my constituency, when meal came for relief, when maize came for relief, it was being given to party cadres only. The rest of the community of the people, they said, unless you're a member of the party, you are not going to receive meal, you are not going to receive maize. So, Madam Speaker, I think I'm justified in saying that this government has done a lot to address the issues of livelihood for the people. I thank you.
Thank you. I have a short announcement, honorable members. Yesterday, when I requested the honorable member for Mukushi South, Honorable Chisopa, to leave the House, I wrongly mentioned Mukushi North instead of Mukushi South. The member who was asked to leave the House was Honorable Chisopa from Mukushi South. I thank you. The clerk will now read the orders of the day.
The Zambia Revenue Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2025, second reading.
The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning. You can help me.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. I beg to move that the bill be now read a second time.
The question is that the bill be now read a second time. Any debate? The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning.
Madam Speaker, the bill before this House is principally seeking to amend the Zambia Revenue Act so as to A, revise the function of the governing board of the authority, B, provide for the exchange of information, C, provide for matters connected with or incidental to the foregoing. Madam Speaker, the bill is straightforward and I commend it to the House.
Thank you. Any further debate? The chairperson of the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labor Matters, the Honorable Member for Mwandi.
Madam Speaker, the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labor Matters was tasked to scrutinize the Zambia Revenue Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2025. Pursuant to its mandate as set out in Standing Orders 207J of the National Assembly of Zambia, Standing Orders 2024. Madam Speaker, from the onset that the committee is in support of the bill, this is notwithstanding some stakeholders had raised concerns on which the committee makes the following observations and recommendations. Madam Speaker, the committee observes that the Zambia Revenue Authority statutory powers, information, and regulatory influence has the potential to create undue advantage on any legal entity it establishes, supports, or affiliates with, distorting markets and undermining private investment. In view of this, the committee recommends that measures are put in place that will ensure competitive neutrality, clear statutory mandates, and independent oversight on the proposed legal entities. Madam Speaker, the committee also observes with concern that the bill does not specify governance framework for the legal entities provided under Section 11C, how they will be ring-fenced, the applicable audit and procurement regimes, conflict of interest rules, reporting lines, or competition compliance. The committee therefore recommends that the bill should provide for any penalties unique to misuse of confidential information by such entities. Madam Speaker, the committee further observes that a legal entity as provided under Section 11C of the bill is meant to be separate from ZRA and to exist as a body corporate. It therefore contends that automatic information sharing as provided under Clause 5 of may Access to Information Act number 24 of 2023, which places limitation on access to information in relation to private data, personal data, or other forms of information that are not subject to proactive disclosure. Madam Speaker, in this regard, the committee recommends that the clause be amended as to provide for the limiting of information exchange with other legal entities, thereby safeguarding the rights to privacy and protection of personal data under the Access to Information Act number 24 of 2023 and the Data Protection Act number 3 of 2021. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, and on behalf of the committee members, I wish to express our deepest gratitude to you and the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly of Zambia for the guidance and support rendered to the committee throughout its deliberations. The committee is further indebted to all the witnesses who appeared before it for their cooperation in providing necessary briefs. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Any further debate? The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning, wind-up debate.
I thank you, Madam Speaker, and I thank the committee. Their comments have been well noted, and they'll be considered as we move forward. I thank you.
Thank you. I put the question. The question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Let the bill be read a second time.
The Zambia Revenue Authority Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 22 of 2025.
Committee stage to be taken when?
Wednesday, 10th December, Madam Speaker.
Committee stage to be taken on Wednesday, 10th December 2025. Next order.
The Registration of Business Names Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 26 of 2025, second reading.
The Honorable Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read the second time.
The question is that the bill be now read a second time. Any debate? The Honorable Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Just one second. Madam Speaker, on behalf of my ministry, I wish to express my gratitude to the chairperson of the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labor Matters for supporting the bill.
You're supposed to give the principles of the bill.
Yes, Madam Speaker. Just one second.
1 second, Madam Speaker.
Yes, take your time.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the object of the bill is to amend the Registration of Business Names Act so as to provide for A, the disclosure of beneficial ownership information by a firm that is a corporation. B, the retention by the registrar of records of a business name whose certificate has been cancelled for a specified period. And C, provide for matters connected with or incidental to the foregoing. Madam Speaker, I thank you.
Thank you. Any further debate? The chairperson of the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters, the Honourable Member for Mwandi.
Madam Speaker, the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters was tasked to scrutinize the Registration of Business Names Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 26 of 2025, pursuant to its mandate as set out in Standing Orders 207J of the National Assembly of Zambia Standing Orders 2024. Madam Speaker, I wish to state from the outset that the committee is in support of the bill, and all the stakeholders who appeared before the committee were also in support. However, some witnesses raised a few concerns on which the committee makes the following observations and recommendations. Madam Speaker, the committee observes with concern that the introduction of a 5% threshold for substantial economic benefit provided under clause number 2 potentially differs from the 25% threshold commonly used in Companies Act number 10 of 2017. And in many jurisdictions, when defining beneficial ownership for company law and anti-money laundering purposes. Madam Speaker, the committee is of the strong view that the misalignment may cause uncertainty for regulated entities, professionals, advisors, and enforcement agencies regarding which thresholds apply in different statutes for various purposes. Madam Speaker, the committee therefore recommends that at an explicit alignment clause be introduced to state that beneficial ownership thresholds under the Principal Act shall be interpreted in a manner consistent with the Companies Act number 10 of 2017 and the Financial Intelligence Center Act number 46 of 2010 unless otherwise expressly provided. Madam Speaker, the committee also observes that although the Registration of Business Names Act 389 of the laws of Zambia provides for offences of failure to provide information and for the false statements, the offences were designed before beneficial ownership transparency became a core policy objective and may not have been calibrated to address the highlighted risk associated with deliberate concealment of beneficial ownership. Madam Speaker, in this regard, the committee recommends that a clause be introduced to provide for beneficial ownership offences and penalties, including for failure to identify, disclose, or update beneficial ownership information, and for knowingly providing false or misleading beneficial ownership information. Madam Speaker, the clause should
order. Honourable members, the consultations are too high. Kindly lower your voices. You may continue. The Honourable Member for Mwandi.
Thank you so much, Madam Speaker. Madam Speaker, the clause should further provide for penalties and they must apply not to only firms, but to also the directors, partners, senior managers, and where appropriate, beneficial owners and professional intermediaries consistent with good practice. Madam Speaker, in conclusion, and on behalf of the committee members, I wish to express our deepest gratitude to you and the Office of the Clerk of the National Assembly of Zambia for the guidance and support rendered to the committee throughout its deliberations. The committee is further indebted to all the witnesses who appeared before it for their cooperation in providing necessary briefs. Madam Speaker, I submit.
Thank you. Any further debate? The Honorable Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry wind-up debate.
Thank you, Madam Speaker. On behalf of my ministry, I wish to express my gratitude to the chairperson of the Committee on National Economy, Trade and Labour Matters for supporting the bill. I further extend my sincere thanks to you, Madam Speaker, for the opportunity to clarify the key aspects of the bill. We commend the chairperson of the committee. The report on the floor of the House comprehensively outlined the background, objectives and key provisions of the bill. In the interest of time, I will focus on the observations and recommendations presented in the report. Madam Speaker, we take note and will further engage to implement the recommendations. In conclusion, Madam Speaker, my ministry considers this bill as a positive step towards strengthening transparency, accountability, and governance in the business name registration in Zambia. The bill aligns the legal framework with international best practices by introducing beneficial ownership, disclosure, and enhancing the registrar's verification and monitoring powers. It will help prevent misuse of business names, promote investor confidence, and support economic growth by ensuring a credible and reliable registry. We therefore welcome the bill and commend the committee for its well-articulated and detailed report. Madam Speaker and honorable members of Parliament, I beg to move.
Thank you. I put the question. The question is that the bill be now read a second time. As many as are of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Let the bill be now read a second time.
The Registration of Business Names Amendment Bill, National Assembly Bill number 26 of 2025.
Committee stage to be taken when?
When is the 10th December 2025, Madam Speaker? I thank you.
Committee stage to be taken on Wednesday, 10th December 2025. Next order.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 27 of 2025. Third reading.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Media.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read the third time.
The question is that the bill be now read the third time. Any debate? Any objection? The question is agreed to. Let the bill be read the third time.
The Independent Broadcasting Authority Bill, National Assembly Bill number 27 of 2025.
Next order.
The Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2020.
The Honorable Minister of Information and Media.
Madam Speaker, I beg to move that the bill be now read the third time.
The question is that the bill be now read the third time. Any debate? Any objection? The question is agreed to. Let the bill be read the third time.
The Zambia National Broadcasting Corporation Bill, National Assembly Bill number 28 of 2025.
Next order.
Estimates of revenue and expenditure, including capital and constitutional and statutory expenditure. Resumption of committee work.
The House will now resolve into committee.
Order. Honorable members, whatever amendment the minister makes, that's his position and the position of government. And whatever amendment is made is meant to amend what the minister has presented. As such, you should be very attentive to the proceedings of the House. Yesterday, people were most times out of context because they didn't realize any amendment that the minister makes it's regard to his budget that has been presented. Any other thing, it's against what has been made, so we should proceed as such. We should know. I just wanted to make this call for everyone to know and to realize. When business was adjourned yesterday, Wednesday, 3rd December 2025, the Committee of Supply on the Estimates of Revenue Expenditure for the year 1st January 2026 to 31st December 2026, presented to the National Assembly in September 2025, had just finished considering Head 44, Ministry of Labor and Social Security. We now move to Head 10, Zambia Police Service Commission. Order. Let's consult quietly. Head 10, Zambia Police Service Commission. The Honorable Minister of Internal Security.
Mr. Chairman, 6,717,988 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 10, Zambia Police Service Commission, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
Thank you very much, Honorable Minister. The question is that head total 26,717,988 be approved in respect of a 10 Zambia Police Service Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? I see none. I put the question. The question is that head total 26,717,988 be approved in respect of the 10 Zambia Police Service Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as of that opinion say aye, of the contrary say no, the ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 26,717,988 is approved in respect of the 10 Zambia Police Service Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book and is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to Head 11, Minister of Affairs and the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Mr. Chairperson, I beg to move that 3,768,666,208 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 11, Zambia Police Service, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The question is that total 3,768,606,288 be approved in respect of Head 11, Zambia Police Service Commission, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate and objection? Mr. Fube.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. The people of Churubi would like to add the voice to this particular budget. Mr. Chairman, for starters, the budget, which is 3.8 billion, 77.4% is going to personal environment. Mr. Chairman, I think in as far as question is allowed, I think it's very much disturbing me.
Honorable Member, may you proceed?
Yes, but I need to be protected.
May you proceed? May you proceed? You already proceed.
Mr. Chairman, when we look at the budget, I have said that 77.4% of it goes to personal emolument. And Mr. Chairman, you need to realize that this particular government department draws its powers from Article 193, which among other things is meant to promote human rights, it's also meant to promote to secure peace and many other factors. Given those credentials, the 8th National Development Plan further puts the police under good governance. Mr. Chairman, I don't think that this is a favorable environment for debate. Yeah, it's more louder than the debater. Yeah.
Okay, honorable members, let's see there's tranquility in the House. And honorable member for Lundazi and Lunte, don't hug yourselves in the House.
So, Mr. Speaker, what I was trying to, Mr. Chairman, what I was trying to underscore is that it falls under good governance. And if the police falls under good governance, it's expected that the police is supposed to cater for all of us to create a good governance environment. And apart from that, when we talk about good governance, it further goes to, in terms of, and it's broken down to the outcomes in the National Development Plan. But let me narrow down to how the budget has been shared. We have crime detection and investigation getting the highest portion. We have public safety and support of the process of offenders getting the second highest. Technical services and specialized services getting the third. Now, looking at these factors, if you further go in the Yellow Book to look at the table of activities that the police is going to respond to, there is nothing that directly speaks to a good governance environment. There is nothing that directly speaks to the issue of human rights. And yet, one of the issues under Article 193 that the police is supposed to handle is that of promotion of human rights. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, it is also worrying that the police have been weaponized to just serve the interest, not of government, but of a ruling party. And this is not what the Constitution states. Just that other week, we had a very senior police officer carrying almost a campaign message of what can only come from a political party. And I think, Mr. Speaker, that is not what is stated in the International Development Plan. And that is not what is stated in the Constitution. Mr. Chairman, I want to say that looking at the Paris, if I had my own way, I would balance up certain services and certain programs that are in that table should go to issues like police and the community, and should go to issues like creating a relationship between police and how they are supposed to police community. In any case, what we are supposed to concentrate on now are modern policing methods. But what has been read in here are just taking us to the same old methods of policing, not modern policing methods. We still have a police force as opposed to a police service. And given the money that are allocated, which beats a lot of ministries, which is 3.8 billion, to me, the current status of the police, which does not serve my interest as I start, is not sufficient enough to be allocated that particular money because it's not serving public interest. I submit my issue, Mr. Chairman.
The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I have noticed that the Honorable Member of Parliament for Chilubi was enjoying a general debate. He was not looking at the figures as they are. So what he did requires and deserves a response from me as Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. The Honorable Member has questioned the professionalism of the current police service. He has indicated that the Zambia Police Service has been weaponized against the opposition. Mr. Speaker, Mr. Chairman, sir, I want to state without fear of any contradiction that the professionalism in the Zambia Police Service has improved compared to the era of the PF regime. Mr. Speaker, I would like to give examples how weaponized the police service during the reign of the PF were. Mr. Chairman, UPND participated in a by-election in Chilubi. Mr. Chairman, that by-election was the most brutal by-election in the history of this country. Members of the opposition were maimed, were brutalized by Zambia police then, working together with PF under the instruction of the ruling party at that time. I have examples, Mr. Chairman, of people, members of parliament, who were brutalized during that reign. Honorable Mubanga was brutalized. After being brutalized, they jailed him in Mirima on charges that were fabricated by the PF then, working together with their cohort, the Zambia police. And the judiciary found that Honorable Mubanga had no case. It was a fabricated matter. Mr. Chairman, as if that was not enough, the police were made to stop the opposition from hiring boats in Chilubi that was weaponizing the Zambia Police Service. And now we have made sure that the police are not weaponized. Mr. Chairman, in Sesheke, we witnessed the firing of live ammunition by police under the influence and the charge of the then PF government. It's on record. My vehicle, Mr. Chairman, I would like to give an example. It had to be lifted on a truck from Sesheke because it was extensively damaged as a result of the bullets from the police under the charge of the PF. Evidence is there. and the ones who are in charge are here. So what weaponizing is he talking about? Can he lay any evidence where currently the police have been weaponized? I'm responding to the issue. Don't raise them. Mr. Chairman, we witnessed during that period where police were instructed not to allow any one of us to campaign in certain areas. They never complained. They were happy, thinking that they will win. That's what they thought. And even now, Mr. Chairman, they are still dreaming that they will come back. I don't know under which organization they will come back to this house. Because they have no facility that will facilitate them to come here. So, Mr. Chairman, in Chipata, at Chipata Airport, our president was stopped from disembarking from the plane by the police under the charge of his party. I don't know who was in charge. Mr. Chairman, under our charge, police have been restraining themselves even to fire or discharge any ammunition against the opposition, even under very extreme conditions. In Chingola, because of professionalism, they didn't discharge any firearm against those who were misbehaving and rioting. That is professionalism. During the period of PF, there would have been mayhem in this country. There would have been bloodshed. It therefore follows, Mr. Chairman, that professionalism in the Zambia Police Service is now entrenched, unlike in the reign of the PF. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. So, Honorable Members, let's avoid having general debate because it will attract a political reaction. Let's ensure we just talk to the documents and debate accordingly. So any statement that is made, any debate that is made that is political, it will be met with political reaction as a response. So let me proceed. I put the question. Head total 3,768,606,208 in respect of Head 11, Zambia Police Service, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, stands part of the estimates. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 3,768,606,288 in respect of Head 11, Zambia Police Service, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to Head 12, Office of the Public Protector. Head 12, Office of the Public Protector, the Acting Lead of Government Business. The Acting Lead of Government Business.
Mr. Chairperson, I beg to move that head 39,372,381, which shall be approved in respect of head 12, Office of the Public Protector, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. The question is that head total 39,372,381 be approved in respect of head 12, Office of the Public Protector, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Mr. Kafwaya.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the budget be amended with words and figures as circulated.
The question is total 39,372,381 in respect of the 12 Office of the Public Protector, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, be amended with words as circulated. Any debate? Any objection? I put the question. The question is that head total 39,372,381 as amended in respect of head 12, Office of the Public Protector, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, stands part of the estimate. As many as of that opinion say aye, or the contrary say no. No. The noes have it. The question is in the negative. Amendment falls off. Honorable Member, one of the things that we should do as members is that as we move these amendments, we should try to be inducted, because at a point when you are called, you are required to present your amendment. So let me proceed. My time is ticking. I've got 24 heads. So the amendment falls off. The amendment falls off. The noes, the people said no. So. So let's proceed. We now move to head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. It has been approved. Yes. Head 15, Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security. The Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Mr. Chairperson, I beg to move that 757,160,908 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The question is that head total 757,160,908 be approved in respect of head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security. in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? The Honorable Minister of Finance and National Planning. Head 15, Honorable Minister.
Mr. Chairman, I beg to move that the head total 757,908 in respect of head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, be amended with words as circulated.
The question that head total 757,160,909 in respect of head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, be amended with words as circulated. Any debate, any objection? The amendment. I put the question. The question is that head total 757 order. Avoid debating while I in charge of the House as you are seated. Don't disturb my work. I put the question. The question is the head total 757,106,8 be amended in respect of head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary say no. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 757,160,908 as amended in respect of head 15, Ministry of Home Affairs and Internal Security, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to head 16, Drug Enforcement Commission. Head 16, Drug Enforcement Commission, the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Mr. Johnson, move that 280,088,006. I beg to the chairman. I beg to move that 288,061,217 kwacha be approved in respect of head 16, Drug Enforcement Commission, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Head total 288,061,217 be approved in respect of head 16, Drug Enforcement Commission, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? I see none. I put the question. The question is that head total 288,061,217 be ordered in respect of head 16, Drug Enforcement Commission, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 288,061,217 is approved in respect of Head 16 Drug Enforcement Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book and is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to Head 18, Judiciary. Head 18, Judiciary, the Acting Honorable Minister of Justice.
Chairperson, I beg to move that 1,773,593,874 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 18, Judiciary, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The question is that head total 1,073,593,874 be approved in respect of Head 18 Judiciary in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? I see none. I put the question. The question is that the head total 1,073,593,874 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 18 Judiciary in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 1,073,593,874 is approved in respect in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book and is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. Head 28, Local Government Service Commission, the Honorable Minister of Local Government and Rural Development.
Thank you so much, Chair. Chair, I beg to move that 25,346,635 kwacha be approved in respect for Head 25, Local Government Service Commission, to meet expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The question is that head total 25,346,635 be approved in respect of Head 25, Local Government Service Commission, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? Mr. Mpundu.
Chair, I want to apologize to my elder brother, the Minister of Local Government. Him and I get along very well. Yeah, get along very well. I've been Chair, the Ministry of Local Government has been mandated to undertake the UPND flagship program of the enhanced CDF. And as we sit here, we are appropriating resources that are going towards actualizing that very ambitious program called the Constituency Development Fund. For 4 years now, Chair, we've lamented over the bureaucracy surrounding the effective implementation of the CDF. It would interest you, Chair, I know, because you are also an MP who faces similar problems as I do, that sadly, today is 2025 ending. There are certain programs or projects, as my case would be, that should have been undertaken.
The Honorable Member, I know you are very much aware with the rules and regulations.
Yes.
And of our standing orders.
Yes.
You know what general debate is?
Yes.
And you know the kind of debate we have now?
Yes.
So confined to the kind of debate we have, which is to dissect and ensure that you scrutinize the budget.
Yes.
Yes. Now, instead of doing that of shooting, so I think proceed as guided, or else I'll curtail you.
Chair, unless, Chair, the word scrutiny has lost its meaning. Scrutiny means that we speak to...
But I've guided you. Why are you trying to be... May you take your seat? Take your seat. I've guided you. You want to argue with me? Are you the speaker yourself? I've guided you. This is it. It's not general debate. We've got a budget before us. The public are ready to listen to what the budget, what has been presented in the budget. You are busy debating. Eh? This is not high school. Huh? Proceed as guided. Okay, let me proceed, my brother. I put the question. The question is at head total 25,346,635 in respect of head 25 Local Government Service Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Stands part of the estimates. As many as of that opinion say aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 25,346,635 in respect of Head 25 Local Government Service Commission in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to Head 29, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development. Head 29, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, the Honorable Minister of Local Government and Rural Development.
Chair, thank you so much. I beg to move that 10,397,434,615 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 29, which is Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, to meet expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The question is, head total 10,397,434,615 be approved in respect of Head 29, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? Mr. Zulu.
Thank you, Chair. Minister, I've seen the increase on rural development, rural infrastructure development from the 406 million for last year to 71 million 897. Minister, your department, your ministry, is one of the very important ministries in this country. And, Minister said the 003 and 006. Your ministry is a very important ministry in our country. If you look at your execution rate of the budget, it's one of the highest in the country, and sometimes very difficult for you to use all your money allocated to your ministry. Chair, my question basically is not only for the Minister of Infrastructure, local government, it also goes to the Minister of Finance. If you look at this money and if you look at how our areas are developed, Minister, are we going to see the execution of over 80% in the year 2026 so that we support this budget as Parliament? Thank you, Madam Speaker. Chair, thank you.
The Honourable Minister of Local Government and Rural Development.
Chair, I was still fidgeting with the paging. If permitted, Chair, I wanted my dear colleague to go through the paging so that I give him a measured response. So I I'm requesting that he goes through the page that you want me to go to attend to.
We should take note when the members are presenting, so that we write somewhere.
Okay, Chair, on 8003 rural development and 8006 rural development coordination, as you look, government has moved in. I commend government for the bold decision they have taken to increase the financing to rural infrastructure development from 400 million to somewhere like 771 million. Now my question is both to the Minister of Local Government and the Minister of Finance. Minister of Local Government, Minister of Finance and myself, we come from rural constituencies. My question, my question to you, Minister, are we seeing the execution rate increase in the year 2026 to above 80 or 90%, so that our local infrastructures can be worked on without problem with funding? You and I, Minister, together with the Minister of Finance, you have seen I've been struggling for government to fund some of those projects. Are we seeing the increase in terms of releasing the finances towards the local government or local infrastructure development? I thank you, Madam Mr. Chair.
The Honorable Minister of Local Government and Rural Development.
Chair, thank you so much. Looking at the increase in budget, it means activities will also increase. But what I can't do, Chair, is to give the percentage terms when he said, is it going to increase to 80% or 90%? But what I can just assure is that, yes, there will be a lot of improvement because of the increase in the budgeting process. Thank you.
I put the question. The question is that head total 10,397,434,615 in respect of head 29, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, stands part of the estimates. As many as of that opinion say aye, of the contrary say no. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 10,397,434,615 in respect of head 29, Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. We now move to head 30, Zambia Correction Service. Head 30, Zambia Correction Service, the Honorable Minister of Home Affairs and Internal Security.
Mr. Chairperson, I beg to move that 1,335,672,726 kwacha be approved in respect of Head 30, Zambia Correctional Service, to meet the expenditure for the year ending 31st December 2026.
The question is that head total 1,335,670,720 be approved in respect of head 30, Zambia Correctional Services, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. Any debate, any objection? I see none. I put the question. The question is that head total 1,335,672,726 be approved in respect of head 30, Zambia Correctional Service, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book. As many as of that opinion say aye. Aye. Of the contrary say no. The ayes have it. The question is resolved in the affirmative. Head total 1,335,672,726 is approved in respect of head 30, Zambia Correction Service, in line with the programs as outlined in the Yellow Book, and is ordered to stand as part of the estimates. As the time now is past 16:40, I suspend business for 20 minutes for a health break.
Thank you for still being on Parliament Television. Business has been suspended for 20 and the Committee of Supply is considering key heads of expenditure. At the time business was being suspended for the 20 minutes break, the Committee of Supply had just concluded considering Head 30, the Zambia Correctional Service.
The House did commence at 14:30 hours, and we had one ministerial statement. The Minister of Finance and National Planning rendered a ministerial statement on the Zambia sovereign credit rating upgrades by Standard & Poor and Fitch ratings.
Well, the House has also considered 2 bills at second reading stage and 2 bills at third reading stage. We will get to the details at a later stage. Just now, we take a break. Keep watching Parliament Television.